Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, or if you're watching this at 2 AM on one of those weird YouTube binges, then how you doing? Hi everyone, my name is Jess, and today I'm going to be going through my September reading wrap-up. Throughout the month of September, I did actually quite a lot of reading, and I'm really proud of that because I knew I had to cram as much in as possible before I started uni. So what I'm going to be doing is going through each book that I read, and then a bit on what it's about, and then I'll give my small review and rating just so this doesn't get too long. And if you want to hear more about any of the books that I talk about, then just let me know and I'll do like a full review on them, because I'd love to start doing full reviews, but I'm not sure which books I want to do them about yet, because I can't do it about every single book I read because that would just be ridiculous. I'm just going to get straight into it because I've read quite a lot this month. The first book I read in September was Scrappy Little Nobody by Anna Kendrick. Scrappy Little Nobody is a memoir / autobiography kind of, written by Anna Kendrick. So it is an autobiography, so she's written it herself, and it's all about where she came from, how she got to where she is now, and her experiences in like Hollywood and making films. I really like Anna Kendrick as a person, but this, I gave it a 1 out of 5 stars just because it just wasn't as interesting or funny as I thought it would be. So for that reason, I gave it 1 out of 5 stars. And that's all I'm going to say on this one, because I didn't like it that much. The second book I read in September, I don't actually have a physical copy of because I got it from the library, but it is More Than This by Patrick Ness. It's about a boy whose name is Seth. At the beginning of the book, he dies. He drowns. And he wakes up outside a house in the middle of the street, and it's about him finding out what the hell's going on. Is he in heaven? Is he in hell? Is he in, purgatory? Is he floating around in some interdimensional space? You don't know. It gets pretty weird. I gave it a 4 out of 5. I might say 3.5 out of 5 because it was really entertaining, and it really was a great story, and the characters are really great, but it did get a bit weird. And I'd never read anything by Patrick Ness before, and I think I'm going to start to now. The third book I read in September was Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. And this is everywhere on BookTube. Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe is about two boys called Aristotle and Dante who live in Texas. They both have very different personalities, and that's mainly what this is all about. And it's from Aristotle's point of view, or Ari's point of view, and they meet one day at the swimming pool, and they instantly become friends, and it's about the next couple of years of their lives together, learning together, growing together, and their story. And I gave this 4.5 out of 5 because I loved it. It is absolutely what everyone is raving about. It is so good, and it's so warm and fuzzy. They're characters that I've never seen before in YA, which is really rare to find. I love Dante. He's like a little angel. I just get it. I just love him so much. And it does touch on some pretty serious subjects. One of the main themes is that Aristotle's brother is in prison. It's also about family relationships and the subject of silence and not talking within your family. It mentions sexuality, which is sort of the main theme of the whole book. But I think anyone who's on BookTube and is watching this probably has already heard of this or read it, so there's no point me nattering on about it unless you want a full review. But I love this, and I'm so glad I have it to read whenever I want. The fourth book I read in September was actually for uni. I was tasked by the uni to read a book about punctuation before I started, and it's called Eat, Shoots and Leaves. I gave it 1 out of 5 stars because it was really pretentious and stupid. I didn't like it. I'm not going to talk anymore about that because no one wants to hear about it. So the next book I read in September was The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. Now again, like Ari and Dante, this book is everywhere. This book is about the Black Lives Matter movement, and it follows Star, who lives in a almost fully black neighbourhood, and it's quite poor and rundown neighbourhood, but she attends a mostly white, very prestigious high school. It's sort of about those two parts of our lives meeting and colliding, and it's also mainly about the fact that at the beginning of the book, one of Star's best friends gets shot and killed by a police officer, which is obviously a very talked about topic right now. But I thought this was just incredible. I've never read anything like it. At times, I almost didn't want to pick it up because I was sad and scared for Star. Like, I didn't want her to go through any more pain. But she's such a great character, and the characters in this are really, really great, especially her parents and her siblings, and even her friends are so well rounded. And some of the characters are, you hate them, but it's so true that these people exist out there. It's so important. If you haven't read this, which you probably have if you're watching this, but if you haven't, please do. It's so, so important. A 5 out of 5. It was just incredible. The last book I read in September was The Power by Naomi Alderman. And the reason I picked this up, I ordered it on Amazon, was because it just came up on my sort of recommended, and I read the description and I was like, well, this sounds exactly up my street and also really weird, so let's give it a go. And once again, I've never read anything like this before. So at the very beginning, there's some letters between two people called Neil and Naomi. And Neil says, "This is my manuscript, please read it." And Naomi's like, "Okay, I'll read it." And then you read the whole manuscript, and it's basically written as a historical account of how every woman in the world, or most women throughout the world, gained this almost like a superpower. It's like an electrical charge, and they can use it to hurt people or to do whatever they want. It's like women turned into electric eels, basically. The history of how it happened, and it follows maybe 5 or 6 different people over the course of about 10 years, and their stories with the power and how it grows and how it affects everything around the globe. And it was so different to what I expected it to be, but I give this a 5 out of 5. You think that it's going to be some like preachy, radical feminist propaganda book, but the story itself is so well fleshed out, the characters are just incredible, and it has everything in it. Like, it's got something for everyone. It's got politics, it's got stuff about the media, it's got stuff about biology, history, I don't know what else, like sociology, anthropology, everything that you could possibly be interested in. I'm not going to spoil anything, but the last line made me question my own existence. And that is everything I read in September. It was quite a lot, to be fair, and it's a lot of popular stuff that I've been meaning to get around to reading, so I'm really happy about that. But now it's October. It's currently the 2nd of October today, so like, that's weird. It's October now. What happened there? Don't know. But that is it for my September wrap up. I've had a really good reading month, and it's been good fun. I can't wait to read more and then talk about them on here. What have you read this month? Let me know in the comments, and if you have a September wrap up video of your own, link it to me and I'll definitely watch it and give it a like. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more. If you want to see me talk about more of any of these books. And that's all from me today. Happy October, everyone. Hope everyone has a great month, and I will see you next time. Bye!